Today we're going to show you how to put a doubled in head unit into a DC5 Integra, also known as the RSX, but of course right hand drive instead of left hand drive. Before you start the wiring on the actual head unit, make sure you disconnect the negative terminal. You want to take this off. This is just usually right over here, right? And it's very easy because you'll see that there's parts here that you pry with. So there's one part here, one part here. You can pry those off, and then you can pretty much just take it off because the clips are, you know, just here and here. And then with this over here, you have an attachment, which is this. There's a clip on this as well, right here on the other side. Just turn it around, press it in, and then pull it out, and then it'll be off just like this. Now, before you can actually pry off this entire head unit here, you'll find that there's actually two small bolts, one there and one there. So you want to remove those using a 8mm ratchet. It's pretty tight, so just crack it and then use your hands to get it out. Once you get those two screws out, you'll find that you can go underneath it and pop it out over here, and it just comes out. So, and yeah, you can do that with pretty much both ends. And then, you know, of course, if you want to pry using a flathead, you can also, but find it's a lot easier to just get it out from behind. And there we go. Didn't have to use a single pry tool for it. We have to disconnect this button right here. Yeah, the hazards. We have to disconnect the hazards. Cool. And there'll be an antenna cable on the back, as well as the actual head unit cable. So we have the blue cable there, and we have the antenna cable right here. What you do is you push in the button on the blue one, and then you use a flathead and you pry it out. Cool. That's the blue thing out. Now the antenna, just pull it out. There's no clip or anything on the antenna. It just comes out. If it is difficult to get out, you can also get pliers and grab it and yank it. Cool. So now we've got the head unit out. With other cars, you can usually buy adapters that go straight into the stock plug to then go into the new head unit. We're not going to use that. We're just going to cut off everything here and then rewire it. Make sure you cut the blue one and not the grey one. Oh, almost cut the wrong one then. Isn't that good? You have to peel some of this back and then just strip every single cable. So once you rip off the tape and you rip off some of the conduit, you'll see that it's so much longer now. So you just want to strip every single cable now.
With one of these.
There's a different hack if you don't want to use that because it takes too long. Do this. And what, you just rip it off. Boom, you just rip it off and it's stripped, just like the other ones. How much quicker was that? What you want to do from there afterwards is pretty much get up the DC5 OEM wiring diagram, which I've done here. And then I've got the wiring diagram for that of the head unit to find out exactly what it is. And you just line up every single one. So that means the ground to the ground, the dimmer to the dimmer, the constant to the constant, the illumination to the illumination, etc, etc, etc. And once you do that, this makes the wiring procedure so much easier. On the doubled in itself, we have this. So of course this bit here goes onto the actual head unit itself, and then this here is just a straight ISO compatible head unit. Now of course we don't have that, so we're just going to cut all of these wires the exact same as we did there, so then we can connect them together. So heat shrink is on the wires, and we are going to solder these together. Now of course you can use like the electrical crimps, or you can even just like twist them and tape them together. You know, we've all done our fair share of that. But the truth is, if you do that, you'll find that over time there's a chance that it can undo itself, and then you have to pull up the head unit again and, you know, try and do it again, and it's just not worth it. If you do it the first time properly using the soldering iron, then you won't run into any of those issues. So we're just going to do that straight away. Then put the heat shrink over, heat it up. Done. Alright, we've done it all now. You'll find that there was two cables that were unused on the actual wiring harness for the stereo, but that's fine. The idea now is to just take off the small single DIN Honda head unit and dual coin tray. Now we're getting the head unit. We are removing all the screws. How many bolts is it? 4 on each side. Over here you'll see that in order to get this screw here out, which for us doesn't actually have one because it's been touched in the past, you need to remove these two screws for the hazards to be able to take it out. Then you'll be able to reach that easily. Once you get the screws out, it will just come out straight from the front. Luckily for us, there's so many holes on here, so you can just kind of line it up to the best suited one. So that one there looks pretty good. We've put on 1, 2, and 1 on the other side instead of putting this 4th one on, just because it is kind of annoying to just keep on taking this on and out. Yeah, but 3 is more than enough. How's it look from the front? And look at that, looks great. We just put this straight back in. We'll get the click. There it is. What you'd usually do with this is you'd usually reroute this all the way down here, and then you'd make it so as it comes through over this bit over here. So that means you can just, like, you know, use it to charge your phone and stuff like that if you want. But for now, because we are going to be doing the reverse camera afterwards, we're going to come back to this. Can you turn on the power? And there we go, we got Apple CarPlay working. It's all nice and flush, and it's all done. If this video did help you, of course, like it and subscribe. We're going to be installing a reverse camera for the next video.